Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading. So this is going to be a pick a card reading for Valentine's Day, so a love and relationship reading. This can be for singles or people in relationships, so don't worry about that too much, and even don't worry about it if you're not even looking for love but you're just intrigued and you want to just choose a pile anyway. Okay, so we have 4 piles here. I was going to do 3, but I got instructed to do 4 from Spirit, so that's what we did. And I've used these charms for choices as well. So the first pile, I was going to turn it around, but that's not a good idea because that won't come out right when I post the video. So the first pile we have is unicorn charm. Okay. The second pile we have is the lock and key. The third pile we have is the rose. And the fourth pile we have is the music symbol. Okay, so yeah, just give you a few minutes to choose what pile you want, what one speaks to you the most, and let's get on with the reading. Hello and welcome back. So if you chose pile number 1, the unicorn, this has a message of playfulness and joy and lightheartedness. And I'm so glad that one of the cards that have come through for this pile actually does state that as well. So we'll get to that at the end. That was the spirit animal card. But yeah, if you chose pile number 1, this is your little unicorn with a heart on its butt. And I'll just go through the cards now for you. So these cards are going to be for singles or people in a relationship. So whatever messages come through, I will kind of let you know which is which. The first card we have by the Romance Angels cards is Express Your Love. Okay, so if we're talking about singles here, so for anyone who's single for Valentine's Day, this is actually about expressing your love to yourself. And obviously you probably like eye roll in there and been like, obviously, I knew you were going to say that. But it's about any expression of love that you can do for yourself. And I did actually, I think I mentioned this in another video that I did recently, and I mentioned about thinking about anything that you would like in a partner and how you would like them to be and what you would like them to do. What, if you were with them on Valentine's Day, some people don't even care about Valentine's Day because quite frankly you should just be like that all the time. But if you are someone who loves Valentine's Day and or wouldn't want it to be ignored, and you want certain things or expect certain things from a partner on Valentine's Day, what are those things? And have a think about those and how you can apply them to yourself, how you can express them to yourself. Are you going to go out and buy yourself some flowers? Are you going to say kind words to yourself, compliment yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say some lovely words that you would love a partner to say to you? And I know it can sound cringe and it can be uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the more it seeps in and you start to feel that naturally. There's this thing about 90 days, apparently if you keep a habit for 90 days, then it sticks with you. So, say something kind to yourself in the mirror once a day for 90 days and see how different you feel. See whether your self-criticism starts to come down, because I've noticed that does actually work. Okay, so how can you express love to yourself in a way that you would love to receive love? It also says go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So if you have been stuck single for a while and you're just not getting anywhere, you're kind of seeing crickets, and just not meeting anybody, it is saying that you need to get out there more. So whether you have been saying, oh, I don't want to join dating sites, have a think about, dating sites aren't all the same. Okay, there are ones that are a bit more unique. So if you are into spirituality, things like that, self-awareness, all those things, there are actually dating sites for that particular niche, should I say. Like there's conscious dating and things like that. So have a think about, you know, there might just be some websites that you hadn't thought about, apps that you haven't thought about. So just have a look around. You don't have to go for the usual Tinder or, you know, Plenty of Fish and things like that. So yeah, just think outside the box. But if you don't want to join a dating site, just think of other ways in which you could possibly meet someone. Get yourself out there in some way. I was speaking to a friend last night about a dance class, and I mentioned how my friends who are now married, they met at a Ciroc dance class. And yeah, I was just saying that you can just join a salsa class, join, you know, some kind of dance class or something like that, or some kind of exercise class, and you could potentially meet someone like that. Don't think that everything has to be online now. I know that's the day and age we're in, but there are still ways of meeting people outside of your phone or, you know, your laptop. Okay, so that's for the singles. For those in relationships, this card speaks to expressing yourself in more honest and open ways. So communicating your needs in more honest and open ways. Now that will take some self-awareness. It will take some quiet time with yourself and really understanding yourself and asking yourself questions. Like if you've been having difficulties, if you've been sort of arguing more or having just more issues lately in your relationship, start to kind of not take the blame or not, you know, say it's your fault, but have a look at ways in which you may be responding or reacting from a place of triggers or from a place of past stuff. And I will come to that in a second, because there's a card about healing and about where those things may come from. So this will make sense in a second with the next card. But it's about really just pausing and stopping and just being with your feelings and asking yourself, is it really about the other person, or is it just about my reactions because it's coming like from a wounded place? And if that's the case, then what can I do to help myself? What can I do to communicate better, communicate my needs better? Okay, so that's the card for for express your love and singles and relationships. The next card we have is Father Healing. So that's what I was talking about the healing. So this can apply to singles or people in a relationship. I would say that people in a relationship, you would probably find more healing opportunities whilst you're in a relationship, even though you'd think that, you know, if you are into self-awareness and personal growth and healing yourself, you might say to me, I'll have much more time on my hands to do all my healing and relationship healing, you know, because I'm single. But actually, you probably find it's easier to heal in a relationship because you are confronted with those things a lot more. So like I said with this card, you know, when you've got arguments going on, when you've got reactions from what your partner said or done, you're actually faced with it like all the time. So you've got opportunities to heal in the moment all the time. You can, you know, sometimes it's hard because you're in that reaction state, but you've got a lot more opportunities to then take yourself off and be like, right, what just happened there? What's going on? Does this come from some kind of father issue, mother issue? You know, and this is obviously for people who are into going into their own stuff. Like, you know, this isn't going to be for people who aren't. Well, if you haven't started that stuff, then this could be a chance for you to kind of think from a different perspective and think, actually, is there something else going on underneath underneath the surface? You know, why am I reacting so much? Why am I having so much issues? All of that. So it's, you know, kind of similar to that first card. And this speaks to father issues. So it speaks to anything that may be coming up from your father, from like stepfather, or just any males in your life. I do want to say masculine energy as well. Masculine energy isn't necessarily gender. So, you know, if say for instance your mother had more masculine energy, it could be coming from that as well. So this points to masculine as well. So have a look into masculine and feminine energies too, if you're not sure what that means, but you'll get an idea of that, and then see whether any of that comes from any of that side of things. So it's about healing, it's about taking back your personal power, and when I say personal power, it's taking responsibility for your part. Okay, so for the singles, you will still have loads of time on your hands to do this, but I would think back to previous relationships, and I would think back to your recent relationships or previous relationships. And if you want to do more healing and you want to do more father healing or masculine energy healing, have a look at your previous relationships with the masculine or with masculine energies, and just look at the patterns. Look at the things that keep coming up and that just keep happening, because I'm sure you don't want to repeat that pattern in another relationship. So yeah, just keep track of the patterns, like what keeps coming up for me, why does this keep coming up, is this something that I need to look at in myself, that I need to heal in myself, maybe get some support from people who are in this industry, counselling, coaching, friends who are good listeners. You don't necessarily have to pay for someone for the help. Any books, any self-healing books, any podcasts, any YouTube videos, like whatever you can find to help with this masculine or father healing. Okay, next up we have in Rama, where are you being called to journey to? But it was upside down. So what that says to me, when it's upside down, it's there's one or two things. It's normally the opposite of the message, or it's going within, and I do feel like it's going within. Okay, so this is really this pile here, it all seems really serious, but trust me, when we get to the next card, it will all make sense. Okay, so you are needing to go within to change your external world at the moment. So if you are single and you're looking to have completely different relationship than what you've had before, you'll need to do the inner work. Okay, we don't get anywhere by not looking at ourselves and not bettering ourselves. I don't want to say changing ourselves, because we shouldn't have to change who we are, but you can always expand on who you are. Like, you can always better who you are. You can always build new skills and new qualities, and like build on your qualities, and shift the way you're thinking, and just shift the way you're being with people to create better relationships. So have a think, what areas do I need to kind of do some inner work on, and to help me change what I'm experiencing in my relationships. People who are in relationships, again, this is like linked to inner, going within, pausing, just taking that time to spend some time on your own and ask yourself the crucial questions, like, am I really happy? Is there anything I need? Is there anything I'm not getting in this relationship? Is there anything I can ask for? How am I best to ask for that? And what can I give to myself to ease things for this other person? I'm sure you'll kind of think of certain questions to ask. Once you start asking certain questions, you'll get more and more questions to ask and answers as well. Okay, so it's all about going within to find a better, not to find, but to create a better external reality for yourself. Okay, and then last but not least, we've got deer as your spirit animal for this pile. And for me, this is all about young energy. It's all I'm being shown little Bambi, and just young energy. And it says approach the situation with a light heart. So even though this is all heavy-hearted stuff, all serious stuff, I feel like you need to ease off in the relationship, or ease off in your, like, so if you're single and you're clinging on to, oh, I really need someone, or I really need to find someone, and why haven't I found someone? Let go and just approach the situation with a lighter heart. So just do things you enjoy, just go and have fun, spend some time with your friends, listen to music, dance, just go and be playful, and just be in your own energy and lighten the mood. When the sun comes out, just bask in it, just enjoy it. And then people in relationships, what can you do to have more fun in the relationship? Can you be more playful with each other? Ask each other like questions like, what do you want to do today that's more fun? Or like, it sounds a bit cringe, but you know, look at the areas in which you're not having much fun and much play, okay? Because this little unicorn here is like playful energy, and that's why you've chosen it. So you need more fun and you need more play. It might be that you spend too much time with your partner and you need to go and do things on your own and have more fun, or spend some more time with your friends, and or do hobbies that just light you up because you've lost a bit of yourself in the relationship. So, you know, you applied it to your situation. Okay, so that's all the messages for pile 1. I hope that made sense. Let me know in the comments, and give it a like if you like it. Share it with people that might want to see it. And if you do want a personal reading or any support whatsoever, or to follow me on any socials, please check out the description box below. Okay, thank you, pile 1. Hello to those who chose pile number 2, the lock and key. Just going to show you those. So if you chose the lock and the key, this is your pile, your messages for Valentine's Day. Okay, so interestingly, I've just done pile number 1, and some of their message, so if you chose, you might have chosen both. So if you chose pile 1 and 2, then this will be why, because they have actually got a message about playfulness, and you've got like 2 cards, yeah, about playfulness. So, but what I get here is there's a stronger message of non-playfulness in your reading. So with the lock and the key, what I see there is that you have literally like locked something up, locked up your heart, and then thrown away the key. And it's really interesting because I did a video on Instagram, a nighttime video, and it spoke to some people who were like that. They were kind of barricading their heart, or like putting a cage around their heart. And I said about a key that was inside the heart on the card, and I said that it looks like you've literally just tried to lock it up and throw away the key. And sorry, and it was weird because like I was initially just gonna have this on its own. I was just gonna have the key on its own, and like the key to my heart, but I literally just kept looking at this lock as well, and I was like, no, we need the lock and the key together. So what I get here is there's so many energies. So like obviously there's going to be different types of people who are watching this reading. So we're going to have singles, we're going to have married people, we're going to have people in just relationships, but there is a strong message of marriage here. So the lock and the key is like you are the key and then they are the lock, and there's like a strong kind of merging there. And people in relationships or marriage, like I feel like a strong codependency sort of vibe. So the first card we have is playfulness, and if you look at this couple here, she's kind of got her arms around his neck, and even though he's like on the swing and he's like looking at her, I feel like she's holding on for dear life. So I don't know whether there's, you know, it could be, you know, you or them, but one of you is like holding on for dear life, clinging on, not letting the other one have a lot of space or freedom or playtime or fun, or you might just feel that way. So they might not be doing that, but you might feel that way, or they might feel that way. So it might just be like a conversation that needs to be had, that one of you is kind of clinging on, or, you know, just wanting to spend so much time with you, and you're like, oh no, I need my space, or vice versa. And it just feels a bit sort of too clingy, too needy, too, I don't know, you might be feeling a bit like restricted or trapped. It could just be because of this whole sort of COVID situation that you've just been spending way too much time together, and you just want more space, you want more freedom, you want this all to be over so that you can just go out and enjoy yourself with your friends or your family, and just do more activities. You might not have been out much, you know, over the last 2 years, and you haven't enjoyed that time together as much. You've kind of just been inside and just in each other's pockets all the time, and it's starting to make you feel a bit like, oh my god. Obviously this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but this is just one of the energies that I'm getting. So, you know, let me know, like, hit a like and comment down below if that's you, or if you're feeling sort of a bit trapped or restricted, or like you just need more play and fun in your relationship or freedom. So yeah, that's and with the lock and the key, it's like kind of that marriage is like you feel like you're under lock and key now for some reason, which isn't, you know, it just feels like a bit of a like a restricted, yeah, not a great energy to be in. But yeah, what I feel here is about communication. 2 seconds, just got a reminder, my phone is not gonna, yeah, let me just come off. Okay. So yeah, it feels a bit sort of like, yeah, just gonna need a conversation to kind of say, I'm feeling a bit like this, I really need this for myself. It's about asking for, you know, what you need and getting clear on what you need. Okay, I'm just going to go straight to the next card because the next card is basically the same message. So playtime, again, there's like a real need for playtime, okay? So fun, for laughter. Maybe you're not having a lot of laughter in your relationship, and that's important to you. If you're single, you might, I'm just being given great sense of humor, almost like someone to put great sense of humor is like really top on their priority list on like dating sites, or in their mind. If you're not on dating sites, it's like you need a good sense of humor, because I feel like you haven't had a lot of laughter. I'm hearing years, maybe you haven't laughed like properly in years, and you feel really frustrated with that, and you feel a bit down about that as well. So it's like laughter's really needed in your life, and a connection to your inner child, connection to like the playful side of you, the cheeky side of you, the energetic side of you. Maybe you've lost all your energy. This could be for singles or people in a relationship, but it just feels like the energy's just dropped, and it's probably because of this whole lockdown situation and COVID and the amount of things that have been taken away from us or restricted, and it's caused pressure. It's caused pressure on yourself, on your energy, and your relationships, and you just maybe feel like you aren't being yourself, and you just need to get back to that playful, fun, joyful person who had loads of fun and laughed a lot. And I'm talking like belly laughs. When was the last time you belly laughed? Because that's what's showing me. Show me someone with like a big, huge belly. Yeah, and it says the dolphins know the importance of playing, and as joy creates miracles and manifestation. So it is also speaking to that part of you that may just need to be in that energy more. When you are in a particular energy, you do attract that energy back. So if you've noticed that when you're in a room, or you know, you're around people who are in low energy, what does it do to your energy? Brings you down. Same applies to people who are in really positive, high vibe, happy, fun energy. It lifts you up. Sometimes it can pee you off if you're in a bad mood, but but you know, and the same applies if you're in a really good, positive, joyful feeling energy. You attract people to you with the same vibe, or you affect people in the same way. So people will want to spend more time with you. And if you're single, then if you want to attract people who have a good sense of humor, who do have more fun, then you need to get yourself in a fun energy first. You need to find fun things to do. You need to let go a little bit and have more fun and do more playful activities, and just be the person that you want to attract. Okay. So yeah, that's that card. And then the next card is Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. Now what this says to me is follow heart-based activities. So again, like, because there's playfulness, playtime, fun, energy that you're wanting, that you're needing desperately. I'm hearing desperately, like someone's really desperate for it. It's almost like a lifeline for you. Because yeah, they just said lifeline, you know, your heart, when it, you know, it's a lifeline for you. So if you follow the things that light your heart up, if you follow the things that you really love and enjoy, then you're gonna attract that lifeline. You're gonna attract the life partner if you're single. You're gonna attract the fun things that bring you those feelings, those really, really good feelings. Okay, so the more you feel those good feelings, the more you will get those feelings back, if that makes sense. So tune into the portal of your heart. So ask yourself, what do I really love doing? And this is for, people in relationship as well. If you're not really doing things that you love anymore, have you lost parts of yourself that, I just looked at the clock at 9:11, and 911 was a band that I used to listen to when I was younger. So maybe that's a little message there. It's like, what did you used to love doing when you were younger, when you were a child, and what can you do now that, and I'm not saying go and play with Barbie dolls, but what things did you used to love doing? Did you love dancing? Did you love singing? Did you love creating, like making things, drawing, writing, playing outside? Like, I don't know, just have a think about the things you used to love doing and tune back into that and see if you can give that to yourself now, because it's going to really lift you, and it will actually start creating better relationships, so with your partner or with friends, and your friends can lead you to people as well. So just get yourself in that energy and start creating that momentum. Okay. And then the last card we have is Polar Bear as your spirit animal for this pile. And the message here is nurture. Allow any anxieties and worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. Now, we do have a full moon coming up on the 16th. So that is a real good time for you to release anything that doesn't serve you. So release any worries, release any stresses, release any fears, doubts, self-criticism, anything that you're telling yourself about yourself, which is putting your mood down, which is lowering your energy, which is creating that sense of or I've just lost my sense of humor because everything's just so negative. So anything you need to release it on the full moon. Write a list of things you need to release, rip it up, burn it, do what you need to do ritual wise to release all those, and then see if you can invite better. I'm seeing you reach out for better feelings or better thoughts. And this isn't just to say slap on a positive face, but if you can do anything for yourself to make yourself feel better, just a little bit better, and then maybe build on it, then that's going to really help you, okay? And really nurture yourself with the things that bring you joy and that speak to your heart. Okay, so that's pile 2. Let me know if that made sense to you. Pop your comments below, give it a like, share it with people that might need to hear this. And if you do want a personal one-to-one reading, or you want to connect to me in some way, all the details are in my description box below. And yeah, thank you so much, pile 2. Hello to those who chose pile number 3, the rose. Now, it will be quite clear that, some people have chose this rose because they love Beauty and the Beast, and I have actually got a little message about Beauty and the Beast in this. But if not, if you just chose the rose because you love flowers, then that's fine too. So we've got a message about how flowers link to your heart, okay? So I'll just get straight into the reading. We've used 4 different types of decks, 4 different decks for this reading. So the first card we have is Release Your Ex, okay? So this is, now this could be applied to people in relationships, but it's mostly obviously people who are single. So I'm going to start with the people who are single, and then I'll go on to a little bit about relationships in a second. So with the people who are single, if you have literally just come out of a relationship, or even if you haven't just come out of a relationship, even if it's been a while and you're just not finding anyone, you're just not getting anywhere with relationships, you might even be fine. You might even enjoy your time on your own and be fine with not having a relationship. But this does speak to the people who may be struggling, who may still... actually, I'm being shown someone who's going, I'm fine on my own, I don't need a man. But actually behind that, the energy is still attached to problems, like issues, unresolved issues from a past relationship. So that energy of I don't need a man is coming from I don't want a man, I don't trust men, and I know I'm just saying men here, but this is literally what I've been given. So it could be that one particular woman or energy, it could be a man who's not wanting a man. So yeah, this is just what I've been given. They just gave me those words. But obviously this could apply to anyone with any partner and any gender or whatever, any energy, okay? But this is literally just like the energy they're giving me of someone who's just not wanting someone because they are, they're saying they're fine, they're saying they're happy on their own, but actually really underneath is like a resentment, is a hurt, is a pain, is an injustice, is just all of those negative feelings that are still attached. And I feel like it's an energetic attachment. So even if you're not aware of it in your mind, it's like an energetic attachment. It's like my energy says like, no, because I've been hurt in the past and I don't trust, okay? That's one energy I'm getting. Obviously it's not going to resonate for everyone because some people might be happy in a relationship. They might be really happy single, but that's one particular energy I'm getting through. So if that is you, then pay attention to this, okay? So it says, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, okay? I didn't even read that, but it is literally energetic, okay? So it's time to clear your energy. Now, this could be in a form of energetic healing, going to someone who does an energy healing, doing your own energy healing, if you know how to do that, cutting cords. You can get cutting cord meditations, like people who help you with that. That could be pure energy stuff, okay? But it could also be something that you just need to change in your mindset. It could be that you need to really process like stuff, like maybe you've been just kind of moving on with life and not really processing what happened in your last relationship. I do feel like it's last relationship, but it could also be previous ones that are connected with this last relationship. So what I'm being shown is like the last one brought up stuff that came up in another relationship which meant a lot to you. So they're giving me two, okay? It could also be that you've struggled with the same issues in each relationship, and in that case it's all of them. But particularly like the last one and what happened in that, it brought up stuff for you that's happened time and time again, or brought up memories for you that triggered you and that you were just done with. Like I'm seeing someone just going, I am done. I'm done with this. I don't want it anymore. There's a proper like barrier up, okay? So yeah, that's one particular energy, but it does say like release that, okay? So you need to find a way of processing that, releasing that, maybe really looking into your part of it. Okay, what did you do? What did you say? What did you feel? What could you have said? What could you have done? And about forgiving yourself and all of that. So it just sort of says it's time to like really look into this and really process it deeper. What is the truth of this situation? So as I say, that's one particular energy that I'm picking up. Then the people in relationships, I feel like if there's arguments or conflicts or dramas or issues or even like little thoughts of self-criticism or self-doubt in the relationship, these could be coming up, and I'm just seeing little bits. So they're little things, they're not huge things, but things that just creep in now and again, like in your mind, and make you doubt either the other person or yourself. They need to be looked at because it could be connected to an ex. It could be connected to past relationships. They're giving me past life, but I don't want to go into past. I don't feel it's past life stuff. But yeah, just past relationship stuff. And just, again, you maybe need to think about whether this is something that comes up for you quite often, and if so, it's a pattern that you need to look at, okay, and need to release. And we have got a full moon coming up on the 16th, so if you do process anything and you do come up with something that you need to release, then use the full moon energy to do that, okay? Write it down, rip it up, burn it, like whatever you need to do, okay? Next up we have alchemy. And because of the rose, so this is where the rose came in, and I thought about roses and how they connect to the heart. Now I always connect roses with the heart, and imagine, like when I'm doing like heart meditations or anything, I imagine a rose in my heart space, and I imagine it opening up, blossoming, like opening up your heart. Okay, and roses are closely connected with the heart. Okay, so I heard the words heart alchemy and creating. So the more you open your heart, the more miracles can happen, the more magic can happen, the more good things that you can attract and create, and you can create in your relationships. So is there a part of you that's maybe closing off your heart at the moment? Especially if you're single, if you've got those barriers up and you're like, men are this or women are this, or I don't want a relationship anymore and all this. Have you got your barriers up? If so, why? Do you need to process that? Is there a way that you can maybe open your heart, look at opening heart rituals or meditations, or just really feel, I'm seeing someone closing their eyes and just really tuning into your heart and really feeling it, and seeing if there's any visuals, any images that come up for you when you think about your own heart. What does it look like at the moment, your heart? Is it kind of like all shriveled up, like a prune? They're showing me a prune. Or is it like a flower? Is it completely open? Is it like a flower but closed and you just need to open it? Can you visualize that happening? So see if you can change the image somehow. See if you can visualize it changing into something that means it's more open, and see if you can feel that sense of opening. Okay, as I say, this can apply to people in relationship or not. So, you know, if you are feeling like you're closing off your heart a bit to your partner, then is there ways that you can open your heart more? Also, heart conversations, heart-to-heart conversations coming through. So can you alchemize your conversations, your relationship by opening up those conversations? Yeah, so that's what's coming through for that. And then also with the rose, the Beauty and the Beast thing came through. So with Beauty and the Beast, if you think about their story, there was a closing of the heart at the start. Okay, so Beauty, Belle, shall I say, she closed off her heart to the Beast. She didn't trust him. She obviously didn't trust him because he was a big ugly beast who had stolen her dad. And you know, and so it took for her to open up her heart and to start trusting him, to start seeing him for who he really was. And maybe this is a message to you to do that, like to see people for who they really are in terms of good things, seeing the good in the other person, seeing why they might possibly be acting the way they're acting, and just seeing past the stories in your own mind. Okay, and start opening your heart and start trusting a little bit more. Okay, and then the next card we have is Align Your Life. So this is about aligning. Now, I do see more singles with this. So if you are trying to find someone who is right for you, you need to really think about, you do need to think about past relationships, and you need to think about what didn't work in those past relationships. What didn't work? What didn't I like? What's the opposite of that? So what do I like? What do I want? What do I need? Really paying attention to what you need, okay? Ask yourself why as well. So if you say like, oh, I would love a person who has a good sense of humour, a person who has, I don't know, who's close to their family, who likes to travel, who has a big house, like, I don't know, if you just think about all these things that you want, ask yourself why you want that, and really go deep with it. Like, get really honest with yourself. Why do I want a man who's got like loads of money? Why do I want a man who's got a big house? What is that within me that wants that? Because you might not actually, I've just looked at the clock at 11:11, which is good. You might not actually really want that. It might just be like your ego wanting that, and you just, you know, what I think the message is really like clear underneath, that you might just be really needing stability in your life. You may just be really needing security and safety, and to feel, I don't know, like you've accomplished something or something like that. And that comes from really digging deep and asking yourself, what is the truth of this? Like, why do I really want, why do I really want this? Like, why do I want them to have this? Is it something that I can give to myself? And actually, a way of aligning your perfect partner to you is giving yourself what you need from that other person. Did mention this in pile 1 as well, so if you did go for pile 1 and 2, that will be why. So if you're needing more stability, if you're needing more safety, if you're needing more love, if you're needing more joy, how can you give those things to yourself now? Like, this is for singles, obviously, so, but it could also apply to people in a relationship. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like you're not aligned with your partner, if you just feel like you're not compatible, or you're not on the same page, then why? What are they not giving you? What do you really need from them? And what are they not giving you? And can you give that to yourself? Okay, if you find that you can't possibly give it to if you find that they cannot give it to you whatsoever, then you need to give it to yourself. Okay, and that could be that you need more space, that you need to have a break. I'm sorry to say, but it could mean that. But it could also, it will give you the opportunity. So once you've asked yourself this question, like, what do I really need? What are they not giving me? It could give you the opportunity to then have that conversation and be like, look, this is what I really need to feel loved, to feel supported, to feel stable, to feel safe, and then just stay open to what happens, because whatever happens is meant to happen. Okay. But yeah, I feel like it says what is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. So it's about getting really clear on who you are. And you could have shifted, you could have changed who you are over the years, and this person might not be right for you anymore. Sounds like it's kind of going down the route of separation, but this isn't to say that, you might be in a really happy relationship, but why would you be watching this? Why would you be watching this if you were really, really happy and in love? And I don't know. Maybe ask yourself that. Okay. And then the last card is Fox. That's your spirit animal for this pile. And the message here is shadow work. There are no shadows without light. I actually want to change that to there are no light without shadows, because I feel like it's really important to look at your shadow aspects of yourself, the darkness within yourself. And I do a lot of this work. I feel it's so important to look at the negatives as well as the positives in ourselves. The shadows are the areas in which you don't want to look at, the things about yourself that you don't want to look at, like the judgments, the criticism, the control, like, part of you, the perfectionism part of you, just all the things that you don't like about yourself, basically, like, or you don't like about other people, but they're actually mirroring things within you. So this is getting really honest with yourself, and this goes back to that release your ex card. Your ex would have brought up shadows, okay? They would have mirrored back to you the parts of you that you don't like. And this is why sometimes it's actually easier to heal ourselves within relationships, because they bring up so much, and it's for us to be aware in the moment and to process that and to be with our feelings and to see what's going on for us. And sometimes people don't want to do that work, and they just go from relationship to relationship and have the same things coming up over and over again. But you're not going to get anywhere if you don't want to do the work on yourself, and you don't want to look at the areas in which I'm being shown you don't want to clean up your side of the street. So if you want to alchemize and you want to change your reality and start bringing in gold, and start bringing in those gold relationships, then start looking at the shadows, start shining a light on the shadows, okay? And then start bringing more light into your life through doing that. If you need more help with that, then do reach out. I do have all my links in the description box for any of the services I provide. So one-to-one readings, I can bring up shadows in your readings. I can do mentor and healing. anything like that. We can do shadow work. So yeah, if you want to contact me for anything like that, or to book a reading, to book a mentoring session, healing session, then do reach out in any of the links below. Okay, so that is your reading, pile number 3. Thank you so much. Give it a like, share, comment, subscribe for future videos, and thank you so much, pile 3. Hello to those who've chosen pile number 4, the music note. I've got a little brooch here. I've had this for years. It's a little music note. I've actually got a note ring on as well. To realise I was wearing that. Okay, so this is your Valentine's message. So this is going to be for singles or people in a relationship. So I will literally just read as I go along. I will just read through what suits each one. So the first card we have is chemistry. And it says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So there's 1, 2, possibly 3 messages coming through for this card. The first message I have, so it's obviously not going to resonate for everyone, but do stick with it. First message I have is that you are sick and tired of meeting people and you feel like a really strong chemistry with them, like you're really physically attracted to them. You and even if you're not physically attracted to them like at first, then you grow like an attraction to them and you feel like a strong pull towards them, and then literally like that just goes wrong. I'm actually seeing, that's so weird, I keep being drawn to my calendar and the words "go wrong" are on it, and I just keep being drawn to that. I was like, why do I keep being drawn to the calendar and it says "go wrong"? Right, so it's like, yeah, like this chemistry thing just seems to go wrong all the time. And why is that? Okay, now what I'm being told is it's not about chemistry, it's about compatibility. And there was actually a video that I came across, I think it was it might have been Teal Swan or something like that. She's done one about chemistry and compatibility, or just have a look on YouTube and type in that, because there'll be someone doing a video on that. But yeah, it's not about that, it's about the compatibility. And to be fair, I'm seeing compatibility and values, like that's the 2 main areas that you need to focus on. So if you are, I've got an itchy nose, so someone in spirit is like here for you and they're going yes, like nudging, they're going listen to this. So if you've got like a nan or something in spirit, they're like nudging you at the moment. Okay, so that just really threw me. Compatibility and values. Yeah, so if you are single and you are like in that loop of like going through the same things, like meeting people just through attraction, and I'm not saying don't go with someone don't go with someone who's attractive, like just go for anyone, I'm not saying that, but I think this is just more your energy. It's like, oh, I'm just sick of it, like I can't do anything right. If I go for someone attractive, it goes wrong. If I go for someone who's not attractive, it goes wrong. So what am I meant to do? Like, am I meant to be single? Am I meant to date the opposite sex? I don't know. This is like the energy I'm getting through, and it's like, no, you're just looking at the wrong things. You're attracting the wrong types of people because you're not really looking at your core values that are important to you in a relationship. You're not looking at what you need for yourself in a relationship, like going forward, and you're not looking at like your future visions and the things that are really important to you in a relationship, and you're not being completely honest with yourself. Maybe you're just, in the past, maybe you just needed someone, like, and you just wanted to be in a relationship, so you just didn't think about that stuff. But I feel like all these situations before have helped you to get to this point, to actually help you get really clear on what you need for yourself, what's really important for yourself going forward. Especially if you're older and you're thinking, oh my god, I can't be bothered with this dating now, like I don't want to go on dating sites, I don't want to go through it all again, I'm too old for it. Like, and you might not be old at all, but you just might be feeling that. It's especially for you, it's going to be really important for you to just hone in on what you actually need for yourself completely, truly, honestly, okay? And I can hear someone going, but it's not that easy. You can't just find everyone who's got, you can't find someone who's got everything you need. Well, I'd like to tell you, yes, you can, because I have done that. I have manifested that in the past. However, I missed a couple of bits off my list, which were really important. And I didn't get completely 100% clear on what was important to me and what my values were. But if I had done, I have no doubt in my mind I would have attracted that. Okay, so it is possible. I've seen other people do it. I've got friends, I've got coaches that I follow who have done it as well. So it's possible. And if you let your mind tell you different, then you're just going to end up failing, because you attract what you think and what you believe, and you know. So just get really honest with yourself. Really ask yourself, what went wrong in previous relationships? Why was that? What did it not give me? What were their values and what were my values? Did they match up? Were we aligned? Okay, that's for the singles. For relationships, I feel like you might be feeling like the chemistry is gone, and that's obviously normal. You know, you have that attraction, you have that connection at the start, and then it does fizzle out. You know, you start to kind of notice things about each other that you don't like, and it can really get to you. But again, it could just be that you need to have those conversations, and you need to say, like, I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling like the attraction's gone. I'm feeling like, you know, the connection's gone, the chemistry's gone, and you might be feeling like you need to boost the relationship up a bit, and get that spark back. And you need to have that conversation. But in order to do that, you need to get clear on what you want. Again, it's that values thing. You need to just be aware of what's important to you. What do I really need for myself? And they're showing me someone who's maybe would have met someone when they were younger, and now they're a lot older and they've been together maybe many years. Obviously it's not applying to everyone, but for the people who've been together many years and it's just fizzled out, like you're just like, oh, just going through the motions, plodding along. Yeah, they're showing me that you need to get the spark back, and you'll need to just really think about, so the person you've changed into now, because you're a bit older, you would have had a lot more life experiences, you would have probably shifted and evolved as a person. Your values would have changed in that time from when you met that person. So ask yourself, do our values still align? Do the things that are important, are the things that are important to us as a person, you know, do they still align? Okay, so big strong message there, a long message there for the first card. Okay, the next card we have is rest. Now this is rest your mind from all of the stories that you're telling yourself about relationships, about past relationships, about your current relationship, depending on where you're at, if you're single or in a relationship. So it's like, give your mind a rest, okay? Just go to sleep, turn it off. Imagine there's a switch in your head and you just go off. Wouldn't that be lovely? But you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of when your mind is running the show, okay? When your mind is going into overdrive about things that you should have done, things that you should have said, things that they should have done, things that they should have said. You know, what am I doing bad? What are they doing bad? Like, it's not helping. You know, how is that? That's just literally like going, I'm seeing a hamster on a wheel. That is literally just like a hamster on a wheel. It's just going round and round and round and round, and it's not actually getting you anywhere. Okay, so we need to take that hamster off that wheel. We need to switch that switch off in your mind and rest. Give it a rest. And actually, I'm hearing the words give it a rest. So maybe someone is telling someone else, give it a rest. Like maybe someone's running their mouth a lot. Maybe they're arguing a lot with you. Maybe you just want to give relationships a rest. You know, that might be where you're at as well. You might be in this energy of like, oh, I've had enough. I've had enough of meeting these people and just it all going wrong. Oh, I'm going to give it a rest. And actually, for those people, maybe it's time to do that. Maybe it is time to rest. Maybe you haven't had much time between partners and you need to have that time to yourself to actually get to know yourself and get to know what your values are, what's important to you, I'm feeling that one strongly. So maybe some people in this group are in that position, and I feel like just don't rush. Do not rush into something. Don't rush into something just to have someone on your arm, or to get the hugs and the cuddles and to celebrate Valentine's Day with, or to celebrate Christmas with, or to take someone to a wedding. Like, don't do it to yourself, because you'll end up in the same situation again. Trust me, if you don't give yourself time to really work out who you are, what's important to you, what your values are, what your needs are, then you're just going to attract someone who isn't going to match up to those things. Okay? And also, actually, I'm going to go on to the next card for this. Okay? 2 seconds. Dog's going mad. Sorry about the dog. So, yeah, next card. I was then going to talk about something, but I felt the energy come into this card because it's the same message. So, so Star Mother says, how can you mother yourself, right? So there's 2 messages in this. There is one for relationships and one, the same message for singles and relationships, and then one that goes with what I just mentioned. So we're just going to carry on what I just mentioned. So about needs, about really getting clear on your needs, your values, what's important to you. Okay, so once you get clear on these things, then you need to give them to yourself. Okay, so, and you're probably thinking, why? Like, surely, like, once I get clear on this, I go and find a partner that gives me those things. Is it that easy? Do you think it's that easy to just go, I'm just going to go shopping, I'm just going to go partner shopping, and I'm going to put everything down that I want in a partner, and then he's just going to turn up on my door, or she's going to turn up on my door? Is it that easy? You know it's not that easy. In manifesting terms, in energetic terms, you can call in that energy of that person who will have those needs, those values, or everything, by shifting your own energy first. Okay, we are all energetic beings. This is my spiritual work coming through. We're all energetic beings, and if we shift who we are as people, we call in what we are. Okay, we manifest who we are, what we're being like. You know, you I think I mentioned this in another pile, but you know that if you're in a happy state, then you attract better situations around you. Like if you're in a negative state, you kind of bring down everybody else, or if they're negative, they bring you down. Our energy affects other energies, okay? And we're kind of like magnets. If we are in a certain type of energetic frequency, we can magnetize that to us, okay? I'm only saying this from a place of experience because I have done that. But as I said, I think I said this in your reading, you need to get really, really clear on what it is that you really need and want, and make sure that you get super, super, super clear, 100%. You've got everything down and on a list or something, or in your mind, of exactly what is important to you and what you need. Okay, just looked at the clock at 13:13, and that's about divine feminine energy. Now, Mother, Star Mother, I think this is like Mother, this might be Mother Mary, but she's divine mother energy, divine feminine energy. So it's about really, this might be more for the women, or the feminine energy men. You know, it's not just about gender. It's about really getting into your feminine energy as well. So they've just dropped that one in as well, probably to throw me off with the other messages. But yeah, we need to start being and giving what we need, being what we need, and giving ourselves what we need first, okay? So if you want to, say, for instance, call in someone who's financially stable, right? Who has their own home, who has their own really good job, who has their own car, you know, that would be nice, wouldn't it? To me, that represents stability, okay? Security. They're really important to me. So I need to be in a place where I feel like I'm creating my own stability, my own security, my own safety within me first, okay? And not having to rely on the other person for all those things, because that's not creating a good foundation for a relationship. Okay, so there's a little tip there. Okay, so that was the first message. Second message was about mothering in a relationship. Okay, so if anyone's watching this who feels like they may have become a mother to their partner, or a mother to anyone else linked to your partner, then this is a message for you. Stop it. Okay, you are not their mother, and this is maybe a wake-up call to you. Maybe you've had relationships in the past where you've been mothering them too much, where you've been smothering them too much, where you've been mollycoddling them too much, where you've been really trying to fix them or save them or counsel them or coach them, or maybe you just give so much, and where has it left you? How do you feel about that? All right? Because this is just a message that you need to stop it. You're not their mother, okay? They need to look after themselves. They need to help themselves, okay? And by you doing that for them, it's actually disempowering them. I've talked about this in a post that I've done on Instagram and Facebook recently about helping people who won't help themselves, and about disempowering people. Like, they need to be empowered to do their own thing to help themselves. And by you saying, yeah, all right, then I'll do everything for you, or trying to heal them or trying to fix them, it's not your job. It's not your responsibility. Okay, your responsibility is you and your relationship. Okay, the way that you interact together, communicate, work together, are a team together. Okay, so that might just be for a particular person or particular group of people, but yeah, it's there. Stop it. Okay, this is quite a long read in this one. Okay, and then finally we've got rabbit as your spirit animal for this particular group. So it's a sensitive soul, and I do feel like you are. I do feel like you are someone who is really caring, really giving, wants to give so much to their partner, but actually, how's that worked out for you? Has it depleted you? Has it, like, you know, depleted your energy? Okay, it says strengthen your boundaries and cut cords. So yeah, it's important for you to strengthen your boundaries. Start standing up for yourself. Start saying, no, this isn't right for me anymore. I need to say no more, and I need to say no to you more, and yes to me more. And that can apply to anyone in relationships, or if you are single and looking to change things in your future relationships. Okay, and rabbit's also about rebirth, creating a new version of you as well. Okay, rebirthing a new life for you and a new relationship for you. Okay, so let me know if that resonated, pile 4. That's all your messages. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day, whatever you do. And if you do want to reach out for any personal readings or mentoring, healing, then all my details are down below in the description box. So thank you so much, pile 4. See you later.